What's up, everybody? Master of all things here. Back at it again with another video. Today, I think this video is gonna be good. Today, we're rating every single UFC champion, but based on if they're gonna keep the belt in 2025, 2026. I'm still in 2025. I'm sorry, but I'm going through every single every male champion, seeing if and rating them out of 0 to 100% on if they're gonna keep it, and I'll give my reasons why. So let's start off with the video. Joshua Van. I didn't spell Manel right, but um, I gave him a 70% chance. I really think he's gonna keep the belt. I think in my opinion, he's gonna beat Manel Cap and Tyra, and I think if he would lose the belt, it would either be by Manel Cap just by KO. But I think 7 out of 10 times he's gonna beat him. Or another reason he could lose is in 2027 by Pantoja. But that's all, and I don't think Pantoja's gonna. I think they're gonna announce it in 2026, but the event is gonna happen in 2027. So he'll still have the two wins over Cap and Tyra. In the meantime, Cap is the only one that's really the scariest one because of his power and IQ, and he's been knocked out by Charles Johnson. So, which he isn't a bad loss because he beat another undefeated contender, but it's still something to keep in mind that he did get knocked out on the way to his belt. So yeah, I think it's a 70% chance, but it's high, but it's still like you gotta watch out for just one guy or he's gonna lose. So yeah, let's go to the next one. Peter Yan. I put a 50% chance on this. Only on one person. It's literally only one guy too. It's either Merab. Merab is the only thing that's keeping it to a 50-50. I think the fight is another 50-50 chance. I lean more Peter Yan because the way he fought Merab. I don't think Merab has the type of fight where he's gonna make a really big difference. I think if he would make a difference, I think it would way favor Peter Yan. Because Merab isn't gonna be used to the new style that he's gonna fight Peter Yan with, but Peter Yan has fought everyone with like a type of style, so I think it'd be easier for him to get the advantage. But I think he beats Merab, and then he's probably gonna have another fight around the year, either Sean or Umar. Most likely Sean, just because the UFC is gonna push that, and Umar is gonna fight around Ramadan. So it's probably gonna be easier to have Sean O'Malley, to the next title, and then yeah, I think he is gonna keep the belt in 2026, but it's still hard against Merab. Someone like Merab. But yeah, let's go into the next guy, Volkanovski. I have him at a 40% chance, because honestly, I think he's retiring. I think he's gonna retire either way, I put 40, but I think it's a 0. I think 2026 he's gonna just retire or lose and then retire. I think he's gonna retire as champ. I think if he beats Lopez again, he most likely will retire, or he's gonna if he tries to fight, he's gonna lose it to one of those three people: Lopez, Murphy, or Evloev. I just don't see him beating them in the same year. So I think he's just gonna retire. I should have changed it to 0%. So yeah, it's a 0% chance he's gonna stay a champion. He's just gonna retire or lose, which is sad if he loses. But I just don't think he has enough chance of winning them against them, against those three people, especially someone like Lopez. But I think he's most likely gonna beat Lopez. But it's still the Murphy and Evloev that's gonna be tough. Best case scenario is that he does retire as champion. So hopefully that timeline is in existence. So yeah, let's move on to the next guy, Ilia Topuria. I have a 30% chance just because I think he's either gonna vacate it or fight once and then just hold the belt till the rest of the year. I really highly doubt he's gonna fight twice in the same year. He might fight during summer and then fight early January. The summer fight's obviously gonna be either Paddy or Gaethje. So yeah. And the other thing, it might be he might vacate it after he beats the winner of the interim bout, because he's winning either. He's winning against Paddy or Gaethje, definitely. I don't see him losing against Osu, but he's most likely gonna vacate it to fight, to try to fight Islam. I don't want to see it. I think that'd be a dumb decision to vacate it. But if that's what he wants, that's the UFC might try to push that. But I'm praying not, because welterweight and lightweight both have enough contenders for both of them to fight. So yeah, that's my reasoning. Let's move on into the next one. Islam Makhachev. I put a 99% chance. I really don't think he's losing. I wouldn't see it. I think he's gonna fight twice. I think even the two fights he is gonna get, I think he's still gonna beat them. I think one of them is gonna be Ian Gary, and then either one of them is gonna be Michael Morales or Usman. And Usman is gonna be a hard fight because he is good. He is good, but I think Islam is still gonna take him to a decision. Same thing with Gary. I think he might either submit him or take him to a decision. And I think he's probably gonna fight Morales, Protez, or Topuria in 2027. Or maybe he retired during that time. But he did say he was gonna be a champion for a couple of years there. So I highly doubt he's gonna switch. But the only chance he loses is a KO chance. And that's highly doubtful. I mean, there's a lot of KO people that he fought, and they weren't even they weren't close to touching him, except one guy. But that was luck. That was lucky. I don't think I don't I don't think he's even gonna fight those two people in 2026. So the KO chances are literally out of the question. So Gary doesn't have KO power, or if he does, I don't think it'll rock Islam like that. And same thing with Usman. He doesn't have that much KO power for Islam to be scared of compared to his wrestling offense. That I think he's definitely just gonna say as champion. I wouldn't think he loses to Gary Usman, and I don't think he's fighting Morales or Protest. So yeah, Hamzat Chimaev. I don't see him losing. I don't see him losing against anyone in the middleweight division. Hernandez is the only one that comes close to him, but even then, it's like a still scary chance. I think he's only gonna fight once, honestly, which is Imamov, and I think he just beats him. Imamov hasn't really shown anything that can compare to Hamzat's offensive wrestling. Brendan Allen is not even close. Not even close to it, but he's definitely. I think he's probably gonna easily submit him. But with the way he fights and the way he gets injured a lot, I just don't see him fighting another time in 2026. And even if he does, I think Hernandez or Reina de Ritter, but I think he still beats both of them. So even then, even if he gets 2 fights this year, I think he's still gonna easily beat the 2 people that he does get. One is definitely gonna be Imavov. So yeah, it's probably gonna be an easy year for Hamzat. So yeah, he's probably gonna say champion. Maybe 2027 he might vacate it, but that's for our next year video. that's if we're up in the year. But yeah, on to the next one. Alex Pereira. I also gave him a 0% chance. I think he's gonna fight one more time and vacate. I think he's gonna vacate the belt eventually. It just matters when, honestly. I put either he just fights either a Carlos Oberg or a Yuri 3, wins that and then vacates and goes up to heavyweight, or he doesn't even fight either of them and just vacates and goes up to heavyweight. I think he doesn't really need to prove that he needs to fight Oberg. I think he fought every matchup he could. Oberg doesn't really bring anything to the table that's really different, unlike a Ankalaev or Yuri. So I think it's a way easier decision just to vacate it. It's not like the legacy is gonna change that much because he's gonna fight Oberg. But if he would, it would be against one of those two, or he doesn't even fight them and just maybe does an interim bout against Gon. So yeah, honestly, I don't see him. I literally don't see him holding the belt for even middle of 2026. I think he's gonna drop it around the White House. He either fights around the White House or vacates around when the White House releases. He's not. There was already confirmed he's not fighting at the White House, but around around that season, he's probably gonna vacate. Is my prediction. Tom Aspinall, the last person we're talking about. I think it's a 40% chance. He might. There's 2 things that I'm seeing. Is that he might vacate while dealing with his eye problem. Is that he'll vacate. Pereira and Gon might fight for it, and then he'll verse them when he comes back. But I think he'll still be champion by the time. It just matters when he comes back. That's the thing. He might, with the way his eye problems were looking like. I don't know if he fights this year. If you hear a dog barking, don't don't hear it. But it just matters when he fights, because I think he does beat Gon or Pereira if he does come back around the year. But it just matters if he comes back. He either vacates the title, which he most likely has a type. I think if he knows he's gonna sit out for a long time, he might just vacate it and then come back, fight for the title when he comes back. But if he knows he might be out for a little bit, but will still most likely fight for the year, I think he'll do that. I think the interim title will be until Tom Aspinall comes back, and then I think honestly he'll fight probably Pereira or Gon, which Pereira's a harder fight than Gon honestly, because of the I think Pereira has a way more chance of knocking out Tom Aspinall than Gon, but I think there's still hard fights for him. But yeah, guys, this would be the end of the video. I think this is a little quick video. I wanted to at least have a video out by today, which is Sunday for me. And then I think tomorrow, what's tomorrow? The 5th. I should have a video out, either that or Tuesday. I'll see if I can have a video out by tomorrow too. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my schedule. Obviously it's gonna be hard. I think I gotta figure out before summer a consistent schedule before summer. Obviously, if I have a lot of subscribers by then, I should definitely have a consistent schedule. Not like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but like just like, oh, I'm most likely gonna have a schedule on these days and these days, just so that people aren't like looking at me and saying when he's gonna release a video. But yeah, I'm gonna try to release more this week. I think I should have it. I think 2 videos Monday and Friday I'll release, and then I'll either release a video both Saturday, Sunday, or just one of those Saturday, Sundays. But yeah, I should let y'all know on the Friday. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Uh, I know these videos are really like DIY. Like they're not really that good. I'm trying to have better editing. I feel like the thumbnail, I'm still trying to get on just to get people more engaged. The first video did amazing. It had almost 200 views, so I appreciate that a lot, guys. Like I thought I was gonna have less than 2, so to have already like a decent like 4 subscribers off that is pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, um, obviously we're gonna keep growing. I hope we do keep growing, and I hope I have a community with you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.